It's just amazing how y'all doing again. Making this back-to-back video, so I had to get out of the rain so all the noise didn't cloud my microphone. But I made a video about 3 months ago regarding the Illuminati card game, and I showed in that video that's no longer available because my channel's been deleted how to find that. So I have a short video of that, and I do some reading on it. But as far as the title of this video, we need to be paying very close attention to these two places that are mentioned in this article. Check it out. This is the title. This is 4 of 5. I believe when you Google this, it'll show the third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one. But this is the smoking gun proof that Illuminati planned terrible events many years ago to bring down our culture, part 4, cataclysmic events still in the future. Subtitle, events foretold in the 1995 Illuminati card game that are about to happen. The end goal is to stage the Antichrist and his kingdom in all aspects. Remember, this card game was created from 1990 to 1995, so the author knew of these specific events over a decade ago. This card game reveals the final climactic steps of the Illuminist plan to provide Antichrist and his kingdom. Now, keep in mind, this was 2003 this article was made, but I want to scroll down through. You can look this up yourself and read this whole thing, but I want to get down here to wWw and read some of the things that they have foretold as the steps to bring this thing about. Let's see right here. The bottom of this card reads, any nation making a direct attack to destroy against another nation has tripled power. If it succeeds, the attacking nation gets a plot card and another action token immediately. If it fails, the attacker is destroyed and counts towards victory conditions of the defending player. The ultimate end of the Illuminati plan is to produce Antichrist on the world scene. However, consistent with Bible prophecy, the birth of Antichrist on the world scene can only occur at the end of a global, I don't want to say that word, in which entire nations may be annihilated. This prophecy and this is the Illuminati plan. Listen to prophecy first, telling us that Antichrist will be a global leader. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And all the world wandered after the beast. From this passage and others, we know Antichrist will be a world ruler. Now, listen, this prophecy tells us by what means he shall arise. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. All these are beginning of sorrows. Matthew 24:6-8. From this passage we must realize that the word sorrows here means birth pangs. Literally, Jesus is foretelling that the appearance of Antichrist shall be like birth pangs, and the birth pain shall be war, rumors of war, earthquakes, and famines in many places. Consistent with this prophecy, the Illuminati has also planned for the appearance of Antichrist to be as a birth, with the birth pains being war, rumors of wars, earthquakes, and famines in many places. All of the parts of the plan that we have been speaking of, all these cards of the Illuminati card game, will culminate in the appearance of Antichrist on the world scene to begin his global reign. wW3 is the planned war that will enable Antichrist to appear. This planned third war is to be 3 wars: natural disasters and terrorism in our cities. These are parts of this war. That word goes to war with her Arab neighbors. The American invasion of Iraq was planned in 1952 to be the trigger that causes them to go to war. A confrontation on the Korean Peninsula will threaten mankind's existence. China invades Taiwan. As soon as the war between Israel and her Arab neighbors starts, terrorist attacks against selected cities of all industrial nations whose people still go to the polls will begin. New York City is planned to be destroyed by a terrorist nuclear device. Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. Natural disasters will occur. All these disasters are planned to have a devastating cumulative effect. People will be so panicked that they will beg the government to impose strict martial law and anything else that might restore order. When our leaders tell us they must temporarily suspend our system of government, all liberties and rights if they hope to restore order, the people will gladly assent, and our freedoms will be lost. When the smoke clears from the wars, the terrorist attacks, and the natural disasters, Antichrist will come striding. And here are the cards that follow. The bottom of the Messiah card reads, place this card at any time except during an attack. Link it at any personality you control. That person is hailed as the Messiah by the millions worldwide. The new Messiah power and resistance are both increased by +4, +2 more for every church you control at any given time. Only one Messiah can be played at one time. And as you can see, the major headlines right now are the first 3 line items that are supposed to be the precursors to this wWw. And so it's right at the door, man. There's some people coming out now speaking that they're getting prophetic dreams and whatnot, that the time is going to be May. And that's what I've been hearing for quite a while now, that something's going to happen in May. And then you have the word May Day. You know, it's always been an occult thing, May 1st. So very well could be the start of this thing. And I've been feeling like I need to make this video for several days now, if not, over a week. But I've just gotten around to having some time at work to read that article and record it. So but it also is leading into what I've shared in the past, is that some of these high up Freemasons put in their books that this war is not going to last very long. They only need it to be, a couple of months long. So we got this May Day conspiracy, and then we have, remember the 5th of November, the day the gunpowder keg was stopped, or whatever, however it goes, with Guy Fawkes. So there's a very good possibility that this thing could run from May Day to November 5th. That would be crazy, right? Who knows, man? Who knows? But it's definitely going to lead to their main guy. And I don't know for sure if that guy that, a lot of people covered over there in, the motherland, this guy that was, head bobbing at the Wailing Wall, don't know if he's the guy or not, so I guess it's yet to be seen. But of course, according to their plans, we got to have this wW3 first. So I do believe that is at the door. And then the whole Chinese, Taiwanese little conflict, it's escalating on a, seems to be like a daily basis now. So that's one of the triggers also. It's not just us in the motherland against their neighbor, but our adversary, I guess you could say, as far as our countries are concerned, and their little neighbor. And it's kind of ironic that this is their play, because I think Casey from Enter the Stars had covered this either this morning or yesterday, about a simulation that was done about a year ago, kind of simulating the wW3 scenario with us in China. And it just so happens that we lost the wW3 in this simulation due to the fact that China was able to take that island that we're discussing right now. And they released this info here just recently, in the last couple weeks, if not a couple months, basically giving China the blueprint on what they need to do to defeat us, which it's always been the plan, so it makes no difference. So we're gonna see how this thing unfolds, man. I also wanted to cover this right here about the man who they're going to reveal that's going to save the world, who probably has an extraterrestrial origin, to be able to pull off these signs and wonders. But we know that that power is given to him by God to do this, to deceive the lukewarm and those who are not seeking Jesus Christ. So I guess we'll see who this man is that they raise up. But I thought this was interesting in these lying signs and wonders that this person or being is going to be able to pull off. And this comes from some other research that Cutting Edge, I forget if it's a magazine or it's just an article from their website, that a guy had supposedly went to one of their seminars up in New York way back in like 2002 or late 2001, where they were discussing these things. And I guess I don't know how they would go about doing this, but that would be a great deception. Check this out. This card certainly understands the coming Messiah, does he not? Messiah will certainly control all individual personalities worldwide. All charismatic leaders of every nation on earth who command local audiences will come under the control of Antichrist. Certainly, Messiah will be worshipped worldwide, for the Bible prophesies he will be a global leader who will be enthusiastically worshipped by all people. Even the term New Messiah is exactly the term used by such wWw authors as Peter Lemessurier in the Armageddon script. The world will be big enough for only one Messiah, and if any pretenders dare raise their head, they will be summarily crushed by the demonic power residing within Antichrist. But now, let us see the satanic power with which the Antichrist shall arise. Read carefully. The spirit of peace is hovering close to humanity, seeking opportunity to make his presence felt. The spirit of peace is not an abstract concept, but a potent individual, wielding forces hitherto unfamiliar to our planet. Great forces are awaiting the hour when they can function as the liberators and the deliverers of mankind. But the door to their existence must be opened by humanity itself, and it will be opened by a united act of the will, expressed through some formula of words and expressed in sound. It will be brought about by an activity performed simultaneously by all men and women of goodwill and by all the world aspirants and disciples. The door will not open unless the act of invocation is backed by the focused will. The directed determination of the man or the group who is using the suggested formula, prayer, or invocation is essential. And this is from The Externalization of the Hierarchy by Alice Bailey, one of the top occult writers next to Blavatsky and Crowley himself. Please allow me to explain what the demon Master DK has just revealed through Alice Bailey. Minutes before the Antichrist spirit of peace arises, some supernatural sound will be heard and spiritually felt by everybody on the planet simultaneously. At no other moment in world history will so many people be impacted at once, at the very same moment. This action is designed to cause everyone to look around and upward, amazed at what has just occurred and wondering what it all means. People will be asking themselves what caused this unbelievable sound. This sound will literally jar the soul of every person everywhere on earth, causing the souls to somehow shake like a bowl of jelly. Then, when everyone's attention is aroused and focused, the focused will, images of Antichrist will appear simultaneously over the entire earth, speaking to mankind each in his own language. The prophesied signs and wonders will have begun. House of Theosophy Seminar, Possible and Probable Events in the Future by Bill Lambert. And you can go to these news articles right here, and they expound on a lot of this stuff. However, in the next few moments, another electrifying wonder will occur. As the people are listening to the Christ, the Antichrist, speaking to them in their own language, they will soon realize his image has been supernaturally modified. Listen to Bill Lambert explain. When Lord Maitreya appears, he will appear as different beings to different people. He will appear as a man to a man and a woman to a woman. He will appear as a white to a white and as a black to a black, as an Indian to an Indian, etc. It makes no difference whether you are viewing him in person or on television. Thus he will show that he is all things to all people. Literally, people's minds will be literally blown by this guy. Those practitioners of the magical arts, New Age adherents, and all members of the mystic religions who have desired greatly for their great one would appear are going to receive this strong delusion from God, mentioned in 2 Thessalonians 2:11. As these people see all the lying signs and wonders that will continually be pouring from this occult Superman, they will rush after the beast to worship him with all their heart, mind, and soul. So, I can see how a lot of people will wander after this person, having been able to do something like they're describing right here. And, man, what a time to be alive, huh? But we'll see. We'll see. I just wanted to put this out there, man, because I've been knowing about this article for a good while, and for these things to be lining up in the headlines to basically fulfill the first three of this scenario they have laid out, kind of gives credence in my mind to the fact that whoever acquired this knowledge probably did get it from one of their, Bilderberger meeting type situations where they discuss these types of things. But just a heads up, man. Let's got to keep an eye on these two things with us and the motherland and China and their neighbor, because if they were talking about in 2003 that being the jumping point, then we are at the edge of the cliff, getting ready to jump, apparently. So just want y'all guys to be aware. Love you guys.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints,